Playing second, playing third base, number 6, Jerome Grimaki. Playing center field, number 89, Ben Anoka. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 8, Eric Ochoa. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 33, Brian Avery. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 41, Cole Evans. Batting seventh, the designated player, number 83, Zenon Winters.
Good afternoon. One last time from the Chiefs Challenge 2023 edition. Lions Park, Simcoe, Ontario. Blair Setford, Joe Todd to bring you the championship game. Hill United Chiefs out on the field to be taking on the New York Gremlins. Joe Todd, this is the one everybody wanted. This is the matchup everybody's talked about in this game for the last 10 years.
It's been a great weekend so far, culminating with these two teams rising to the top.
Hill United Chiefs 8-1 winners in their semifinal over the Niagara Stompers. Joe, they ran away with it.
Yes, extremely powerful bats this morning. Josh McGovern with 2 home runs.
Joe will set the batting order for the visiting New York Gremlins. Leading off, it's Matthew Waugh in left field, Jerome Remeke at third base. Ben Anoka hits in the 3 spot. He'll be followed by Eric Ochoa. Brian Avery in right field hits 5th. Cole Evans, shortstop, 6th. Zenon Winters is a designated player today. Then Blake Hunter at second base. Nick Mullins catching. It'll be Andrew Kirkpatrick on the board for the New York Gremlins. Defensively for the Hill United Chiefs, left to right across the outfield, Scott Patterson, Brad Ezekiel, and Alan Pecker. As Matthew Waugh takes a strike to open up for the Gremlins. And then around the horn, it's Nick Shales, Shane Boland, Peter Cavanaugh, and Jonathan Lynch. Daniel Chapman gets to start. He'll be pitching to Josh McGovern. Called strike in that outside corner. 2 strikes to Matthew Waugh leading off. Gremlins. Black tops, pinstripe pants. Hill United, pinstripe gold trim. And Chapman misses just off the corner. Time at the plate, a little bit of a dust storm.
Yes.
Guess we didn't get enough rain yesterday.
No.
Just misses up and in.
Nice pitch by Chapman, trying to work that inside portion of the plate.
Here you get a good look at the championship field here at Lions Park, Simcoe, Ontario. We're right under that tin roof pavilion, right in the middle of those 2 tents. Right behind the backstop, got a great view. Called strike 3, Matthew Waugh down on strikes to lead off this championship game.
1 out. The batter is the third baseman, number 6, Jerome Grimaki.
Joe in the Gremlins semifinal against Bear Creek Express. Scoreless through 3. Gremlins got 1 in the top. Bear Creek tied it in the bottom of the 4. That was a tight game. Gremlins pushed 1 across in the 5th to take a 2-1 lead, scored another one in the 7th, and that was the final, 3-1. Jack Besgrove looked really good in the game. Bear Creek still had runners aboard, at least 5 runners aboard, and just ran into Paul McCart off field here, and he said, yeah, we had our chances, just couldn't get that key hit when we needed it.
Yeah. Wow.
Speaking of key hits, Jerome Remeke goes yard, opposite field. Your Gremlins jumping on top, 1-0.
Big power hit by Jerome Remeke, taking that ball the other way, driving that ball the full distance over that temporary fence.
With 1 out and that home run, our batter is the center fielder, number 89, Ben Anoka.
So 1-0 lead now for the Gremlins, and Joe, they've made a habit of that throughout the tournament here, other than the other night. And even then, they did take a lead when they dropped that 3-1 decision to Bear Creek Express on the opening Friday a couple of days ago. But this is their modus operandi. They get out in front, and this used to be the Hill United Chiefs too, and maybe we're going to see a bit of a renaissance for the Chiefs. But get out in front and keep going. There you see some of the crowd that is building here for the championship game. Got to be at least, Joe, 300 people here between the stands and around the diamond.
The local crowd has really supported the Hill United team this weekend.
Luciano Lafrano doing pilot duties on the drone, production duties, graphics, doing it all. Carol Dureste up on top of the New York Gremlins first base dugout. She's on the action camera. And down low to Benanoka from Daniel Chapman. These two are crosstown rivals in Auckland, New Zealand. Chapman pitching for the Ramblers Club. Benanoka with Auckland United.
Very well known to each other.
Well, there's no secrets anymore. The top teams play each other just about every weekend in the tournaments that they go to. And whether it's Kiwi against Kiwi, Argentina against Argentina, Canadian against Canadian, all the guys see each other all the time. There's no secrets.
No.
Anoka, big cut, fouls this one straight back to the screen.
The part that I like about it, Briller, there's good camaraderie amongst each team after the game's over, too.
Well, we saw that in the hotel this morning in the breakfast room. The Gremlins, some of the Chiefs, and the Stompers all at the Comfort Inn where we stayed, and they all come in and chatted quite amiably over breakfast. Downstairs, Anoka chases after. That's a little bit uncharacteristic of Benny. You don't see him too often chase out of the strike zone. The second strikeout of the inning, sandwiched around that home run by Jerome Remeke.
Chapman's got that drop ball working today.
Eric Ochoa to the plate. He scored 2 of the 3 Gremlin runs in their semifinal. Called strike in the outside corner. Joe, who's the umpire crew for the championship game?
Mike Morrissey doing the plate from Peterborough, Ontario. First base is Trevor Topping from Kitchener. And third base, Kevin Di Domenico from Hamilton.
Ochoa launches one to left field, and that one's gone on a line. Another opposite field shot.
Wow, a great start here for the New York Gremlins, putting 2 runs on the board.
Well, you've got 2 of the best power hitters in the game, hitting 2 and 4 for the Gremlins. Both left-handed hitters, both line drive shots to left field. And you see it here. Ochoa, opposite way. Boom.
Right fielder, number 33, Ryan Avery.
Valiant effort out there by Scott Patterson, but there's no resistance with that tearaway fence.
The Hill United team had 4 home runs in the game this morning. So this breeze heading that way. Josh McGovern with 2 big home runs back to back.
Ties up Brian Avery. Avery had a triple that scored Ochoa for the second run of the game in the semifinal for the Gremlins over the Bear Creek Express. Jack Besgrove, the winning pitcher in that one, and he was very good. I wouldn't say dominant, because like we said, Bear Creek had their chances, but Besgrove just turned it up whenever he needed to. High hopper, that's going to get over the head of Peter Kavanaugh, and the third hit of the inning for the Gremlins. They've brought the bats into this one Justin Schofield, Sean Cleary mostly kept them down in that semifinal. They've come out swinging here in the championship game.
Big offensive outburst here by the Gremlins early in this game.
While we've seen this Hill United team, we know they can hit. We saw them come back from a 3-0 deficit against Bear Creek yesterday afternoon. Chopper to Shane Boland. He'll flip to Kavanaugh covering. The Gremlins, 3 hits. They score 2, courtesy of Jerome Remeke and Eric Ochoa. Home runs. We'll go to the home half of the first. The Gremlins up 2-0.
New York Gremlins in the top of the first. There were 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 left on base. Your umpires for this game.
Is it D Domenico or Die?
The
Die.
umpires for
It is
this
Die?
game
Really?
on home
Okay.
plate, Mike
I've been
Morrissey.
saying D all
At
along.
first, Trevor Topping, and at third, Kevin Di Domenico.
Just like that. Joe, batting order for the Hill United Chiefs as we get set for the bottom of the first inning. Brad Ezekiel, Shane Boland, Nick Shales in the 3 spot. Josh McGovern hits 4. Alan Pecker in the 5 spot. Scott Patterson 6. Jonathan Lynch bats 7. Campbell Anoka, designated player, hits 8. And Peter Kavanaugh, second baseman, in the 9 spot for the Hill United Chiefs. Defensively for the New York Gremlins, left to right across the outfield, Matthew Waugh in left. Ben Anoka's center field, Brian Avery's in right, and then around the horn in the infield, Jerome Remeke's at third base. Shortstop Cole Evans, second base Blake Hunter. That's the only change for the New York Gremlins. Eric Ochoa is at first base. Nick Mullins behind the plate. He'll be catching for Andrew Kirkpatrick. Blake Hunter into the lineup for Ladislav Manalar-Zook, who was struggling in the semifinal. Blake Hunter came on to pinch hit, and they're keeping him in the lineup here for the championship game.
Blake Hunter, a good replacement. Good stick.
First pitch swinging, and Ochoa will backpedal and make the grab just in foul territory behind the bag. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Bradley Ezekiel pops up on the infield.
1 out. The batter is the
Tough play
shortstop
because
for
the sun would be right in Ochoa's eyes, too.
Shane Boland to the dish, takes a called strike from Kirkpatrick. Andrew made the trip over from Japan, where he, Jack Besgrove, and a few others have been playing in the Japan Men's League for about the last 6 weeks or so. Besgrove's had a busy 6 or 7 months. The Men's World Cup, the U23 World Cup, or to Japan, and now here making his North American debut. 2 hopper out to Remeke. And on to first, Shane Boland retired 5-3.
With 2 out, the batter will be the third baseman, number 27, Nick Shales.
Nick Shales, 2 for 3 against the Stompers this morning.
And had himself a day yesterday, too. A couple of home runs, a bushel full of RBIs, right in the thick of things for the Hill United Chiefs, as he usually is.
He had a great plate appearance against Mata. Probably 12, 15 pitches, and Shales won that battle with a nice single.
Remeke across with the throw. Good defense there by Jerome Remeke. Had to come get that, make the throw and the run, and right on the money. Through 1 complete, New York Gremlins out in front, 2-0 on the Hill United Chiefs. It's the final of the Chiefs Challenge.
future, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say, as long as our people have a need, Dreamcatcher will be.
Back for the top of the second inning, Zenon Winters, Blake Hunter, Nick Mullins, 7, 8, 9 for the New York Gremlins. Not a bad 7, 8, 9 lineup, Coach Todd.
Pretty good depth here in this lineup.
First pitch swinging to Hopper, out to Peter Cavanaugh. He'll make short work of the designated player for the Gremlins.
Now batting for the Gremlins, the second baseman, number 12, Blake Hunter.
Oh, Blake Hunter to the plate. Blake Hunter making the move over from the Grand Prairie Pirates to the New York Gremlins. Spent a number of seasons out west with the JV squad over the years.
Yes. Now putting on the air miles. Actually, probably the same number of miles. They all go to the same tournaments.
Yeah, very similar. Trading the West Coast for the East. And upstairs from Daniel Chapman.
Nice drop ball with Chapman.
And upstairs, good eye by Blake Hunter. Always had a good eye at the plate.
Tough pitch to lay off, but Hunter held back.
And this one is punched out to right, drifting back. Alan Pecker will haul that in for second out of the inning.
With 2 outs, the batter will be the catcher, number 3, Nick Mullins.
9 batter for the Gremlins, Nick Mullins. And Joe and you and I talk about this all the time. The Gremlins hiding Nick Mullins down in the 9 spot, just pounds out hit after hit after hit.
I don't think there's any hiding anymore.
No, I think you're right.
Pretty good exposure since he's been here. How many years now?
Yeah, you're right. A number of all-world nominations. 2 ISC World Championships, 2018, 2019.
Great guy.
Yeah, a leader on this team. In a team full of leaders, we did talk about this yesterday. People listen when Nick Mullins talks. Quiet leadership.
Nice inside curve there by Chapman coming in on the inside part of the plate. Nice pitcher for that right-handed batter.
Called strike. There's a good drop, too. That had some good downward movement. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Mullins.
His drop is his bread and butter pitch for me. I think it's his best pitch.
Full
Tough.
count. And they're called strike 3. Nick Mullins down on strikes to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down go the Gremlins in the top of the second inning. 2-0 lead they take into the home half. Chiefs coming back up to the dish.
Don't forget, the Simcoe Lions have their booth open. Lots of hamburgers, hot dogs, and the wonderful French fries.
Varmetiosian takes the warm-up tosses from Andrew Kirkpatrick and throws a rainbow down to second base.
Mr. Utility.
I saw on Twitter, just coming in the tournament, Varm hit a triple once, believe it, and it's stand-up triple, too. Apparently didn't want to get the pants dirty by sliding.
They didn't have a radar gun on that speed. I bet you're rounding the second base.
Calendar, maybe. 4-5-6 for the Chiefs. Josh McGovern, Alan Pecker, Scott Patterson. Saw Patterson hit one out, too, to end it in the semifinal. Walk-off home run. Got to the run rule. In with a strike. Josh McGovern. 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, and a walk. That's a pretty good start to your day.
Good day.
You'll take that.
Had a great breakfast.
And he laces it. Josh McGovern stays hot. He'll round first and be happy with a hard hit single. Bring up Alan Pecker. We know all about Alan Pecker. Saw him deposit one into the trees yesterday.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 59, Alan Pecker.
We also saw him just thrown out by an eyelash trying to stretch a triple into an inside the park home run on a ball that never got to the fence. Good aggressive wave around by Jeff Ellsworth. It took a perfect throw to get him. That throw's off by 2 feet the other way. He's safe. Swing and a miss there upstairs from Andrew Kirkpatrick.
New York Gremlins infield have to be on the tip of their toes with Alan Pecker at the plate. Great wheels, has a great jump coming out of that batter's box.
That's dead ball at the plate. Joe, just prior to the game, Nick Shales called out Steve Mullally, presented him with a commemorative bat. Steve, with 4 ISC World Championships with the Hill United Chiefs, retired in the off-season. A nice little ceremony. Good to see Steve here at the park. We'll maybe see if we can find him and wave him over to say hello.
Yes, that'd be nice to see.
Might be in the beer garden.
Potentially. What time is it?
That takes Pecker right in the back, it looked like. And that's not a guy that you want to put on base. Now, he'll have to contend with Josh McGovern in front of him. He might be half a step behind McGovern by the time they get to third if anybody gets a base hit.
Patterson 1 for 3 in the stopper game.
Scott Patterson.
This one is drilled out to left. Matthew Waugh gets a hold of that, gets it back in. He hit that so hard that no opportunity for Josh McGovern to come around and score. So bases loaded for Hill United here. Some trouble for the Gremlins in the bottom of the second inning, and a big opportunity for the Chiefs to get themselves right back into this one. Jonathan Lynch to the plate. Bases loaded, nobody out. First pitch swing, it's a bleeder on the infield, and that is going to be called a dead ball off the leg of Lynch.
Little sore right now, trying to work it off.
Yeah, he's flexing that for sure. Upstairs, 1-on-1 to Jonathan Lynch. Saw Jonathan this morning in the breakfast room. He must have called me sir and please and thank you 12 times. That might have taken a bite out of somebody over in the crowd. Lots of oohs and ahs over on that third base side between the bleachers and the Hill United dugout. Got to keep your head up at the ballpark.
Yes. Nice little breeze flowing through right now.
It's an absolutely drop-dead gorgeous day here at Lions Park in Simcoe, Ontario. Just some high white fluffy clouds in the sky. It's blue right up immediately overhead of us. This one is going to go foul out of play down the left side. If you're just getting in with us here on Softball Premier TV, Blair Setford, Joe Todd. It's the championship game of the Chiefs Challenge. New York Gremlins out in the field in black. Hill United Chiefs, pinstripes at the plate. Gremlins out in front on 2 big home runs in the top of the first, but the Chiefs are threatening here and now. Called strike 3, Lynch down on strikes.
Have to protect that plate with 2 strikes. Don't put the call in the hands of the umpire.
It'll bring up Campbell Anoka. Bases loaded now, 1 out.
Campbell Anoka 2 for 2. Single and a double in the stopper game this morning.
He's come up here loaded for bear. I think he had something to prove after was dropped from the Gremlins. And Joe, just as that pitch was coming, I saw Alan Pecker tap the top of his helmet to tip off something to Campbell Anoka. You might see Pecker jump into your frame from the left. Same again. Tapper on the infield, bobbled. Hunter will flip to first. McGovern will score. Ball came up on Blake Hunter, hit him in the chest. Had the presence of mind to pick it up, flip it to first to get the out. They trade the out for the run.
Now batting.
And runners in second and third still with 2 out. Called a strike. Peter Cavanaugh, the 9 batter for Hill United Chiefs. Then he'll go back to the top of the shop. Peter 0 for 2 in the semifinal, but had a good day yesterday. A home run, couple of base hits, attracting the attention of Team Canada coach John Stewart is here this weekend. And Kirkpatrick bends in a curveball.
Plays good, steady defense.
Yeah, I really like Peter Cavanaugh as a ball player. Had him in 2019 with the St. John's 3 Cheers Pub squad in Denmark at the World Tournament at Circle Tap. Real good ball player. And versatile, too. Can play a couple of spots on the infield. Called strike 3. Kirkpatrick catches. Peter Cavanaugh looking. Chiefs score 1. They close the gap. They make it 2-1 through 2 complete. Looks like it might be a hitter's game today,
Yes.
Joe.
Hitters have woken up.
United Chiefs in the bottom of the second. There was one.
The umpires for this morning's game on the home plate, Mike Morrissey from Peterborough, Ontario. First base, Trevor Topping from Kitchener, Ontario. And third base, Kevin Di Domenico from Hamilton, Ontario. We've had a great Blue Crew this weekend.
Eddie Otterman, our UIC and he has put together an absolutely stellar crew. You are bang on about that. We're blessed with many of the game's top officials here in Ontario. A couple of fellows from Michigan making the drive up, as well as from Illinois. Kevin Wallace coming up from Shipman, Illinois. Matthew Waugh, first pitch swinging up over the head of Peter Kavanaugh. High hop on this hard infield here at Lions Park in Simcoe. Stone dust field. Got just a little bit of a sprinkling of rain yesterday, Joe, but barely enough to wet the infield down in it. It's dry, it's hard out there. True hops just about all weekend. I've only seen maybe one or two tough hops on guys all weekend.
It was miraculous that we weren't touched by all that rain that kind of circled Simcoe.
Jerome Remeke to the dish. Takes a called strike, the bottom of the zone. Remeke showing his power. Line drive, home run to left field. Jump off at first by Matthew Waugh, but a bluff. I see McGovern has got some tape around the thumb on his catching hand.
Look where Scott Patterson's playing.
Yeah, he's pretty deep out there on left. Look where Nick Shales is playing. He's kind of playing 16 feet off the line. He's playing shallow short. And that's a hard hit ball right into the glove of Jonathan Lynch at first base. He'll step on the bag, but was in and out of the glove, so no opportunity to go to two.
With one out, the batter will be the center fielder, number 89, Ben Anoka.
So Ben Anoka comes to the plate with a runner in scoring position, and we're going to get a quick meeting. This will be the one defensive conference permitted. Mike Morrissey will give the guys a couple of seconds, and then he'll bring Josh McGovern back, and it'll be noted as their one defensive conference. Anoka chased a pitch out of the strike zone for the third strike. That was in the first. That was sandwiched around a couple of home runs. And looks at a rise ball from Daniel Chapman. Took a little off that drop, threw it about 45.5 feet.
Good plan to adjust your speed every so often, throw off the timing of these batters.
And right down Davis drive in the middle.
Back with his drop here, do you think?
I'm going to go rise ball. Well, it was the inside drop. Good pitch. I know you like the drop, but he gets a lot of strikeouts with the rise ball.
Yeah. His drop is effective and just falls right off that table. 6 to 8 inches consistently.
Swing and a miss. Anoka chases upstairs. Strike three, rather. And Chapman is flexing that right leg.
With two outs, the batter will be the first baseman, number 8.
So they're going to permit this because this is a check to see if he's injured.
Okay. I think the first one was the injury. That he's just telling him now. I think the first one was the injury.
Okay. Well,
because
either way,
he followed him right to the pitcher's
conference. Yeah. Okay. You know, we've been watching Daniel Chapman, Joe, around his pitching technique, pitching style. Varm Mattiosian is going to come out and, I guess, ask a question about the defensive conference and whether one or two are being permitted here. We'll just get the explanation.
Yeah.
That'll allow us to talk about Daniel Chapman and the pitching technique. earlier in the weekend, he was going with the big hop, the big push and the hop off the board. But here, it's a much less pronounced hop. He's almost not quite dragging, but that pivot foot, his right foot is really not leaving the ground all that much. And honestly, I think he's much more effective when he pitches like this.
Yes, he's short in his jump, or whatever you want to call it, the step.
Ochoa, also a home run back in the first inning, and also opposite field. Called strike, the outside corner.
Nice pitch. Good location. Excellent. Ochoa, if he would have got a bat on, it's just going to poke it in the infield. So what's he come back with here?
Well, I'm going to let Josh McGovern call the game because Eric Ochoa is going to launch this one into the gap. Matthew Waugh will score easily as Eric Ochoa up to second base. Two real hard hit balls. And Joe, you talk about one of the best hitters in the game, or who is the best hitter in the game, Eric Ochoa, near or at the top of that list. The batting title winner at the IC World Tournament last year. This guy is good.
True professional hitter.
Number 33, Brian Avery.
Brian Avery to the dish. And he swings hard at that little low rise ball from Daniel Chapman.
Gremlins getting that run back that Hill United scored in the bottom of the second.
This one skips in. Good block by Josh McGovern. Ochoa out at second. Run in for the Gremlins, as Joe just said. Makes it 3-1. And another low rise. Avery underneath that. Swing and a miss, chases outside for strike three. Gremlins get back that two-run cushion. We'll go to the home half of the third championship game of the Chiefs Challenge.
There was one run on 2 hits and 1 left on.
Joe, when we've got the opportunity, let's thank Pete Hill, Mont Hill for their sponsorship, as well as Brian Porter and the Dreamcatcher Foundation, helping to sponsor the broadcasts here this weekend and last weekend, the Mitchell, Ontario ISC Canada East qualifier. Fellas, without you, we can't bring everybody the broadcasts and a global audience. I was just looking at some of the numbers that we've been reaching here over the last couple of weeks, Joe. It's tremendous. Speaking of tremendous, Bradley Ezekiel, a solo home run and a tremendous one at that.
Long ball that just kept going and going and going. That might hit Pearson Airport before he does.
That's a good one. I like that. Well done. Very good. Very good.
Shane Boland.
Shane Boland to the dish. Bradley a home run in the semifinal as well. So 2 on the day for Bradley, and that might not be all. He's capable of more. It back in with a called strike to Shane Boland. Here's another guy hit the ball out of the park at any time. And he laces this one out to Matthew Waugh in left field. He's been a busy guy out there in left field today.
Good reply put on the board by Hill United.
Well, these two teams, Joe, have been involved in some epic battles over the years. ISC World Tournament Championship games, winners bracket finals, meeting in losers bracket semifinals, losers bracket finals. At the USA National, they had a 4-hour marathon epic battle.
And a great crowd here to witness it today.
Not that we're egging on a 4-hour marathon.
No.
Here. Nick Shales at the plate. He fouls this one off. Nick, a real busy guy here this weekend. Joe, intimately involved in the logistics and the planning for the Chiefs Challenge, helping out on tech support. Took something off that. Kirkpatrick, it's fouled back to the screen. We saw him out in the field doing some of the commemorative ceremonies. And just in the midst of all that, he's had, 3 home runs, I think, here on the weekend. Bunch of RBIs.
2 for 3 this morning.
Make it 4 home runs. Hill United Chiefs will take the lead. Shane Boland comes in, steps on home plate. Nick Shales follows a couple of steps behind. And just as they did last evening, Joe Todd, they rallied back from an early first inning deficit. Hill United take the lead here now 4-3.
That pitch wasn't that bad of a pitch. Nick Shales went down and got it, drove it over that fence.
That, I think, is probably going to be it for Andrew Kirkpatrick. Greg Leather will make the slow walk out to the mound. And indeed, Andrew Kirkpatrick will exit stage right. And Pablo Migliavaca will come on to face his former team. Interesting choice, Joe.
Yes.
We'll take a break while Pablo Migliavaca will come on to do his warm-up tosses. Stay with us on Softball Premier TV. Hill United Chiefs now with the lead. Here you get a good look at Lions Park here in Simcoe, Ontario, home of the Chiefs Challenge the last few years. We're set for Joe Todd on Softball Premier TV. Thanks for joining us. Pablo Migliavaca on in relief. New catcher for the Gremlins, Blake Hunter and Nick Mullins. Position switch. Mullins goes out to second base. Migliavaca pours in a strike to Josh McGovern. Pablo Migliavaca spent most of the last 8 or 9 years with the Hill United Chiefs. Probably knows this lineup better than anybody, but they know him probably better than anybody too.
Exactly.
Inside to
great
Josh McGovern as he jackknifes out of the way.
Blake Hunter now catching, showing the versatility and the reason that Greg Leather went out and got Blake Hunter.
Is a called strike. Migliavaca, world-class changeup, great drop ball. Where Pablo runs into trouble from time to time, Joe's the rise ball flatten out, and that becomes a sore spot.
Has to be very careful.
Well, there's the rise ball there. Had good elevation on it, but Josh McGovern, who's hotter than a firecracker right now, he yanked that one foul. One and two on McGovern. And that one slips out of Pablo's hand, and good thing there's nobody on base because he could have had two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody down in the inning. A big 2-run home run by, the solo shots, the 2 home runs by Nick Shales and Bradley Ezekiel.
McGovern was thinking about it.
Well, that pitch was almost in the other batter's box. He would have had to step on the plate to go get it, I
think that's why he held back.
Yeah. Two hopper off the glove of Remeke, and Josh McGovern aboard. He's been on board his last 5 at-bats now, going back to the semifinal with 2 home runs and a walk. So Pecker, and then call time, Jeff Ellsworth, I think is going to want a pinch runner here for Josh McGovern. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Not a bad time, nobody out. And get one of the speedsters off your bench.
Probably Nick White.
Indeed it is, good call. Your mind reading abilities are right at the top of their game. So White from Nova Scotia, and we talked a lot about the burgeoning pipeline of players from Nova Scotia. Some real good ball players. Good to see them getting some exposure. Pecker drops down a bunt. Migliavaca underhand and had enough elevation that Alan Pecker is able to beat that out. I think you got to throw that overhand, Joe.
Oh, yes.
You can't go with that underhand toss.
Yeah. Exactly what I was just going to say.
Sorry.
Oh, good, though.
Took it away from you. Sorry about that.
Now running at second for Josh McGovern, Nick White.
2 speedsters out on the base paths for the Chiefs. Another one at the plate, Scott Patterson. There's the meeting on the mound. That'll be the defensive conference for the Gremlins.
Now at bat, the left fielder, number 99, Scott Patterson.
So White is aboard, running for McGovern, who reached on the error. Pecker, the infield single. And upstairs, pitch out. And sometimes, Joe, you do get the youngsters napping. Not this time.
Yes. Great arm by Hunter. Good pickup play set up by there. Nick Mullins, too. The new second baseman.
Yep, position switch there. Hunter and Mullins. And this one is lifted up to center, ranging back as that's in the breeze. Benanoka will make the grab near the fence. Strong throw in to Cole Evans, but both runners up 60 feet as that took Benanoka out near the 250-foot fence. And both of these guys more than fast enough to advance.
Number 23, Jonathan Lynch.
Lynch up an inning ago with the bases loaded. Couldn't get the trigger pulled. See if he's able to do something here with a pair of runners in scoring position. Inside, in tight to Jonathan Lynch. Way foul down the left side. That almost made the soybean patch out there. So we'll reset. 1-on-1 count on Jonathan Lynch. Nick White out at third base. Alan Pecker at second.
Infield compressed.
Good change up there. We talked about that off-speed pitch from Pablo Migliavaca. Real strong arms from both Cole Evans and Nick Mullins at short and second, respectively. Anything just a single hop, they have an opportunity to get White at the plate. Swing and a miss. Lynch chases one inside and low. Good pitch there from Pablo Migliavaca to get the second out. Take the pressure off a little bit on the defense.
Crucial strikeout.
Player, number 94, Campbell Anoka.
Campbell Anoka now to the plate. Long look in here from Pablo Migliavaca. Waves over the top, a good drop ball from Migliavaca. Hill United 2 runs in on the inning, threatening for more. They've taken a 4-3 lead here in the championship game, the Chiefs Challenge.
Great
Again,
pitch.
yeah, took something off of it, elevated the rise ball. Way out front, Campbell Anoka. And a hole, 0-2. Chopper in the infield, Cole Evans will flip to first. The Chiefs score 2, take the lead. 4-3 through 3 complete. These two heavyweight teams trading bombs right now.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon. Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club with our beautiful 27...
50-50, but I took it out, it's worth 263 cents. Okay, here's the number.
You get a look at the crowd here on hand at Lions Park in Simcoe, Ontario. And there's our new pitcher, Michael Holobratic from the Czech Republic, Czechia. Checked in, Joe, just a couple of days ago.
Yes, just did that big long flight, 6.5 hours.
Oh, I think it's more than that from Prague. Was he only coming from London?
No.
He must have been on a Concorde if he got here in 6.5 hours.
That's all it was for me when I crossed.
Okay, I guess I was on a slow plane the other day because we were 8 coming from Paris, and that's a lot closer than Prague. You guys must have got the fighter jet special.
Yeah. The wind must have been going in our way. That jet stream.
That usually goes the other way. You got lucky if you got home in 6.5 hours. So Michael Holobratic, we'll see if he can keep this high-powered offense in check, pun intended. He'll face Cole Evans, Zenon Winters, and Blake Hunter, New Zealand, Australia, and Canada. It's a Commonwealth special for Michael Holobratic. First pitch, looked like he took something off of it, Joe. Come in with a changeup first pitch.
Yes, kind of different, but good call there by McGovern. Trying to throw off the timing of Evans.
Inside to the Black Sox captain. Just upstairs. Joe, we got our first look at Michael Holobratic back in 2016 at that Junior Men's World Championship in Midland, Michigan. And you just knew that this kid was going to be destined for bigger and better things. He talked to the Czech press about this being a dream come true, the opportunity to go pitch for Hill United Chiefs, one of the top teams with all their storied history in the ISC.
Has really excelled since 2016.
And this one well hit to the left, but that will settle into the glove of Scott Patterson out there. Couple steps back, reaches up, and makes the grab. Left field, a popular place out there today. Patterson, Matthew Waugh. Got a lot of balls hit their way. Zenon Winters to the dish. Had an RBI in the semifinal, and I don't know how it works out, Joe, but Zenon Winters always seems to find himself in the middle of the action.
Yes.
Doesn't matter where he's hitting in the lineup. Up, down, lower middle as he is here in the 7 spot.
Still a reliable member of this Gremlins team.
And this one is punched out into the gap. That's going to fall in. Winters will slide in safely with a hustling double. Bradley Ezekiel coming across to pick that up on a hop. Turn and throw into second base. Made it close, but Winters in easily. There's a throw, and you see Zenon Winters sliding in. Blake Hunter to the dish, now catching. And the Gremlins, runner in scoring position with one down and looking to get this game back to even. You don't think this one's going to end 4-3. I give that a 0% chance of happening.
At that, the catcher, number 12, Blake Hunter.
And that's certainly no slight on the pitchers. That is testament to the quality of the batters here in both of these lineups. It's fouled off to the screen, and that got a bite out of Josh McGovern.
Right off the top of his shoulder.
He doesn't have the shoulder caps on the chest protector. Ryan Boland's got the shoulder caps, and those give you some protection there. Josh is a little bit old school with his.
Some of the guys think that they restrict your movements, especially when you're trying to throw over a runner, but I really don't think they do.
I would agree with you 100%. Little curveball off the outside corner from Holla Braddock. Once again, foul to the screen by Hunter. Joe, both of these teams have done a real good job of moving players in and out over the years, rebuilt the lineups a couple of times over. You think back to Hill United to 2013, 2014. This team really looks nothing like that outside of maybe Nick Shales and Adam Folkert and Bradley Ezekiel. Those core three guys, with Jason Hill gone, with Steve Mullally gone.
Very important to do your homework during that off season to make the proper acquisitions.
You know, even the New York Gremlins added Cole Evans last year, Blake Hunter in this year. Zenon Winters has been there for quite a while. Nick Mullins always in the middle of it. Built that team around Andrew Kirkpatrick. This one misses downstairs.
Pablo certainly won't hurt him.
No, that's a real nice addition. They're going to have to make a choice, and we talked about this with all of these top teams. They're going to have to make some choices come the World Tournament time. Who are going to be your top three pitchers? Who's going to play defensively and where? Who's in the batting lineup? Who isn't? Hunter fouls this one out of play. Wayne Laulu hasn't got a lot of playing time here this week.
Haven't even seen the big fella.
I saw him out in the field playing one of the games on the back diamond yesterday, but didn't get into the semifinal this morning and didn't play last night in the game against Stompers. That's a long conference. McGovern and Holla Braddock getting on the same page. Little flare, and Holla Braddock snags it, and then tossed to Shane Boland at second. Zenon Winters just caught in no man's land, doubled off. Nothing you can do. Just have to tip your cap. Hill United work out of that little mini jam. They'll take that 4-3 lead into the home half of the fourth. Good to see you. Take care.
The 50-50 ticket number once again, 0297472. 0297472.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait.
For the latest in softball innovation, the website where you can experience the best tournaments in the Americas. Live games, news, tournaments, and much, much more. The best quality live softball, on demand so you can watch when you want. Become a Premier member now. SoftballPremierTV.com. Live it on Softball Premier.
The second baseman, number 44.
Bottom of the fourth,
Peter
we go
Kavanaugh.
to Peter Kavanaugh at the bottom of the lineup. Then back to the top of the shot, Bradley Ezekiel, Shane Boland. Back and forth we go in this championship game, Joe. Gremlins out to the early lead. Hill United storming back. And it's been the long ball for both teams that is doing the damage.
2 home runs put on the board by Hill United so far, and 2 home runs matched up by the Gremlins in the first inning.
Kavanaugh chops this one foul. We saw Peter hit one out of the yard yesterday afternoon against Bear Creek. And it's just a little bit of a tantalizing breeze, Joe, that's blowing right to left for us. And you mentioned it earlier, that'll help the balls out to left field.
Yes. Pushing that ball over that left field fence and that whole area. Those trees out in the outfield, you'll see them moving on the camera shots.
Downstairs to Kavanaugh. Two and two. Had a notion to go after that one. A little slow drop from Pablo Migliavaca.
Good mix there.
And that one chop foul. Full count. And
nice
took
pitch.
something off. Great changeup there from Pablo Migliavaca. Peter Kavanaugh out in front, down on strikes.
With 1 out.
And you see the pitch here from Pablo.
Number 11, Brad.
2 strikeouts now for Pablo.
If you ever wanted to see what a changeup looked like from center field, that was it.
Just danced.
In for a strike to Bradley Ezekiel. Popped up, leading off the game, but blasted one out of here in the third. And that just misses off the corner. Pablo thought he got it.
Just outside.
And again, same pitch, pretty much the same result. Pablo turned his back, walked back to the board before he got the ball. And he comes inside and little excuse me check swing and gets the foul ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ezekiel at the plate.
Probably a good plan to try and tie up the hands of Bradley Ezekiel, especially after that big power hit last inning.
We got reset. Pablo gets a sign from Hunter. And just off the corner, you saw him brush off his hip, and usually that's just a change in location to what the previous sign was. Shakes one. And reaching out, lifting this one straight up in the infield. Ochoa will make the catch standing in front of Nick Mullins, who will ask his teammate, did you mind letting me play? I didn't have to move to get that.
With 2 outs, the batter will be the shortstop, number 91, Shane Boland.
So Shane Boland, 2 down. 1 for 2, with a single and a run scored. Swings over the top of that good drop from Pablo. And upstairs from Migliavaca. And this one's lifted up into left center. Coming across, Matthew Waugh will make the catch in front of Ben Anoka. 1-2-3 inning. Go the Hill United Chiefs. We'll go to top of the fifth. Gremlins coming to the plate, trailing 4-3. Joe, it takes a lot of people to put on a tournament of this magnitude. We want to thank the host committee for having us here to do the broadcasting. Hub Fairman, Ginger Smith, Nick Shales is a part of that. Pete Hill, lead sponsor for the Hill United Chiefs. Thanks, everybody, for having Softball Premier TV. Joe Todd and myself, Peter Labardius came down, did a great job on the broadcast. Thank you, Peter. You're always welcome in the booth with both Joe and I. Our guests, John Stewart, Ron Hackett, sat in with us last night for an inning apiece, and great to get their insights on the WBSC World Cup. Silver and bronze medal, respectively, for Canada and the U.S.
It's been a great weekend, just beautiful. We thought coming in Friday night was going to be one of the nightmares for the weatherman, but Mother Nature prevailed down here and stayed good.
That one takes a bite out of Josh McGovern. He's already got the thumb taped up, and that looked like it bent that thumb right backwards. Those are tough plays.
Taking a beating back there.
Catcher. Oh, it's tough. We talked about that all weekend. Home plate umpires are susceptible too. Josh, some visible discomfort right now. Nick Mullins knows what that's all about. He took a long walk to give Josh some time.
Yes.
Upstairs from Michael Hollobraddock, ball 4. And Nick Mullins aboard with a walk the 9 batter, back to Matthew Waugh, top of the shop here, top of the 5th.
Left fielder number 16, Matthew
Greg
Cutler.
Leather is looking for some attention, and we're going to get a pinch runner for Nick Mullins. Tani Mumu emerges from the dugout. Good young prospect, Joe. We talked about constantly rebuilding your team, and this kid in his second season with the Gremlins and just soaking up the atmosphere, that championship atmosphere. He brought that to the Major Sox, the U23 team, and one of the leaders on that squad. And he'll get some playing time as the season goes on, and then he'll be able to take that and go somewhere and be a star and come back maybe in the future. Blaine Milheim, a perfect example of that. Look how that's worked out.
Yes, great addition to the Gremlins lineup.
So Watt the plate. He fouls this one to the screen, and Nick Shales will come get that. Mumu flies around the bases when he gets going, too. This is a real good trade for the Gremlins. Called strike 3 outside corner. Matthew Waugh is going to protest and be sent packing by Mike Morrissey.
With 1 out, the batter
First strikeout for Holobratic
number 6,
in the game,
Jerome Roman.
in his second inning of work.
Upstairs from Holobratic. That had some zip on it. Popped
Yes.
the glove. I think Josh McGovern will take that pitch every time over that one that just about broke his thumb off. And this one just off the corner. One hopper. Lynch steps on the bag, throws to second, tagged out. Some outstanding defense from Jonathan Lynch, a converted outfielder. That's not a forced play once he steps on the bag. A good strong throw and put the tag right there. You see it. Shane Boland drops the glove, gets the out.
Hill United Chiefs.
Joe Kraut still buzzing about that inning-ending double
The
play
third baseman,
by the
number
Chiefs
27,
as
Nick Shales.
a walk to the 9 batter ends up for naught. Jonathan Lynch, that was a great play to end the inning, and we'll flip the script. Nick Shales, Josh McGovern, Alan Pecker, 3-4-5, meat of the order for Hill United here. Shales swings over the top of the drop from Migliavaca. Big 2-run home run put Hill United into this lead that they currently enjoy. That's the difference right now for the Chiefs. Swing and a miss. Shales, a bit of a groan, unhappy, didn't do anything else with that pitch.
There's good movement on that pitch, though. Little high drop.
Long look in from Pablo. And swing and a miss, sits down Shales. 3 good pitches, Joe. Different location each time, and he gets nicked at chase, down and in.
With 1 out.
Good call there
the
by
batter is the
new catcher Blake Hunter.
Number 21, Josh McGovern.
Josh McGovern to the plate. You wonder how that thumb is hampering his swing, if at all. I doubt it, since
No.
he's maybe the hottest guy in the game right now. Off the board, and Pablo stumbles through the landing zone. Little low curve, called the ball. This one downstairs and foul tip. Thought so.
Yes.
2-1 to McGovern. Cleanup batter all weekend for Hill United, and he's looked pretty comfortable there, Joe.
Done a great job. Pure power back there.
Well, and here's the decision. You've got Bruno Matroni back. Where do you put Josh? DP?
DP. Tough to take Campbell Anoka out of that spot, though. Good decisions for the Hill United team.
Well, it's a nice problem for Jeff Ellsworth to have, but you know, we're seeing this up and down, these top 4 teams. And these top 4 teams, Joe, interchangeable. You could easily have Niagara Stompers and Bear Creek Express in this championship game. One hopper, Cole Evans will turn and make that chest high 3. Reminds me of Matt Chapman from the Toronto Blue Jays. Every throw is right on the money.
Just an excellent fielder.
Will be the left fielder, number 59, Alan Pecker.
Alan Pecker to the dish, 2 down. Hit by pitch, got as far as 3rd, and I gave that a base hit. I see you're back to harsh scoring during the day.
Well, I thought that if he would have thrown that overhand throw, then it would have been out.
But he made the attempt, and Pecker just beat it out. But it's daylight hours, and you're harsh scoring.
Yes, I am.
That's okay. That's you.
No Annie Oakley's with me.
Migliavaca thought that pitch was on the corner. Mike Morrissey disagreed. One doesn't get the call with that one either. 3-0 to Pecker. You turn him loose?
Sure. Got a lead.
Taking all the way. I think I'd have let him go too, but that was a borderline pitch. This one downstairs, ball 4. 2 out. We'll see if Jeff Ellsworth is willing to put Alan Pecker in motion.
Right fielder number 99, Scott Patterson.
Patterson singled back in the 2nd inning and flew out to deep center in the 3rd. First pitch going. This one is skied out to center field. Beninoka going back and makes the catch, backpedaling over the fence. That got up into the jet stream. And Beninoka just with enough real estate to make the grab for the final out of the inning. Let's take a look at that here in the replay. You see Benny and Noka get tangled up in that breakaway fence, but just enough space to make the grab.
Great job to stay with that ball all the way.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon.
For the latest in softball innovation, the website where you can experience the best tournaments in the Americas. Live games, news, tournaments, and much, much more. The best quality live softball, on demand so you can watch when you want. Become a premier member now SoftballPremierTV.com. Live it on Softball Premier.
So, Joe, we were informed in between innings during the break that they actually had a leadoff call on Alan Pecker. So that gorgeous catch that we saw by Ben Anoka actually is wasted in its entirety. The third out was the leadoff. Scott Patterson will come back to the plate in the bottom of the sixth inning. But meanwhile, the top of the sixth, and here's Benny Anoka, who did make that fabulous catch.
Oh, for not.
And that's right back up through the middle. Shane Boland, who showed some real good range yesterday, just can't go get that one. And Anoka aboard with a leadoff single.
The first baseman, number
Eric
8,
Ochoa can't keep this guy off the bases either. Home run and a double.
First time for Ochoa to face Holoradek today.
How carefully do you pitch Eric Ochoa here?
All inside, down. Let him hit it in the dirt if he's going to hit it anywhere.
Holobradek's got the real good drop ball, too. Called a strike. That was almost a quick pitch. Ochoa took his time getting in the box, did some landscape. By the time he looked up, Holobradek was into his motion. To the screen, I flinched. Anoka will get down to second as it didn't come off the screen real well.
No.
We've seen better hops come off the screen. Josh McGovern had to go pick that one up out of the dirt, and Anoka up to second base, and that can be a difference maker. Anything through the infield right now, unless it's a line shot right at somebody, he should score. That one's fouled off halfway to Delhi.
Full extension by Ochoa, went down on one knee.
For you geographically challenged, Delhi is about, 25 kilometers back the other way?
To the west.
Need some more K-Masters. Can't play the game without a ball.
No.
There's a couple here, but we might want to get them onto the field, fellas. Well, one's come in. Shale's directing traffic. Who says men can't multitask? Mike Morrissey gets a fresh supply. 1-2 on Eric Ochoa. Big moment here. Top of the sixth. And time called. You don't want to be on the wrong page with Eric Ochoa at the plate.
No. To be very careful.
Setup is way outside and lays off. 2-2. Swing and a miss, gets out of the glove. They're going to have to go to first to get the out. Ben Anoka goes up to third. Boy, he chased that rise ball so hard, Joe, he almost came out of his shoes.
Good base running there by Anoka to advance over to third. Many ways to score from third to base.
Nick is asking about if there's any interference with
Ochoa getting in the way.
With the swing coming around and interfering with Josh McGovern. Brian Avery. Swings underneath that rise ball from Holobradek.
Nice little snap on that pitch.
He's got some pop, and it jumps when it gets to the plate, too. There it is again. Same pitch, same result. Now you've got some room to play. Change speeds, go with the drop.
I'd go with the drop ball.
And when in doubt, down and out. They come with it again. 3 straight pitches. This time Avery fouls it out of play. Might want to change that eye level. You don't want to give Brian Avery too many looks at that same pitch.
Yes.
Upstairs, waste pitch. Avery not having any of that. Breeze is picking up right to left just a little bit. And that's chop foul. That was the drop.
Yes.
Patterson and left is very deep. Bradley Uzical straight up in center. Pecker, well, actually Bradley shaded a couple of steps to left. And Pecker a bit over to right. There's actually a huge gap in right center. High hopper in the infield. Here comes Anoka to the plate, and he'll score standing up. We got ourselves a tie ball game. That high hopper gave Benny Anoka, who runs very well, just enough time to get to the plate.
Good wheels by Anoka to anticipate that play.
Well,
Second baseman Peter Cavanaugh had to charge that ball, but it was a slow bouncer, unable to catch Anoka at the plate.
I'll tell you, Joe, the Gremlins love the contact play. And I don't know what it is, but I have noticed this over the years. The U.S.-based teams and coaches run that contact play much more often than the Canadian-based teams. And Greg Leather has told me that he puts that on just about every time with his top speedsters.
Another pinch runner for Avery.
Well, they've used Mumu, so this is Gonzalo Masmu. Yep. Young Argentine player. And again, this is a young player being added to the Gremlins roster. He'll get this championship aura and then be able to take that back to another club team in a year or two and maybe make his way back to the Gremlins after that.
Number 66, Gonzalo Masmu.
This one is laced out to center field. Cole Evans aboard with his first hit of the afternoon. No, take that back. He singled in the first, didn't he?
Oh, fielder's choice.
Fielder's choice? Okay.
Now batting, the designated player, number 53, Zenon Winters.
Zenon Winters, again, opportunity to be in the middle of things. 4-4. We said that 4-3 wasn't going to be the final. It won't be. Gremlins and Chiefs, once again, locked into a good one. I don't think these teams are capable, Joe, of having a bad game.
No. Some great defense, some power hitting. We're seeing it all today.
Zenon Winters, Joe, like a fine wine, just gets better and better and better. Fouls that right back to the screen. Joe, the one play that sticks in my mind was a couple of years ago. The World Tournament, Zenon Winters playing right field. A ball hit in his direction, fly ball. He turned to pivot, caught a cleat in the grass, tore something in his ankle, but still literally on one leg, hopped after the ball, made the catch, threw it into the right position to the cutoff man, and then collapsed in the outfield. Ended up having ankle surgery. Came back the next day, played with it all taped up and everything, hit a home run in the loser's bracket semi to get the Chiefs into the losers bracket final. But boy, what a tough guy.
Yes.
Looks at a pitch. Got upset when I called him a veteran a couple of years ago, but then he thought about it and he said, yeah, you know what, I guess you're right.
Check your birth certificate.
Off the leg of Holobratic. And he is bent over in some distress. That ball was smoked by Zenon Winters.
Hit extremely hard.
Let's see the replay here. Oh, it's actually up.
Closer to the knee, wasn't it?
Yeah, let's see it one more time in the replay here. So we can slow this down and see where he gets it. It's in the chest? Yeah, looked like got him in the chest on that replay. Knocked the wind right out of him. So some concern here for Michael Holobratic. And as great athletes as all of these guys are, there's just not a lot of reaction time. The time they let go of the ball, they're about 38 feet away from home plate. The trainer for the Chiefs out to have a word with a young Czech pitcher. Wayne Ulu making his way out to the on-deck circle, but right now the attention, as it should be, for Michael Holobratic. And he's shaking out the left hand, Joe, so I wonder if that got him on the arm, maybe or the wrist, as he brought the glove up in self-defense and maybe just got it on the wrist. Are we able to see the replay one more time? See it here. Yeah, it's up and in, and it gets him on the arm. He turned that left wrist over, and a big hand, round of applause as Michael Holobratic will make an exit stage left. So whoever's going to come in, you bring Chapman back in, or you go with Adam Folkert, who threw, 3 innings this morning? It's Adam Folkert emerging from the dugout. He'll get some time to take some warm-up tosses, because unless he's been throwing over in behind the dugout, I haven't seen Adam. Certainly wasn't down the line in the bullpen. So we'll let Adam Folkert come on and take some warm-up pitches. We'll take a break, and we'll be back. Chiefs Challenge Championship game tied at 4. Gremlins, Chiefs. Adam Folkert completes his warm-up pitches about 8, 9, or 10. Joe had some real good velocity, I thought, on the warm-up pitches.
Good snap.
We'll see how this works out. Gonzalo Masmu, pinch runner over at third base. Zenon Winters is at first. Cole Evans at second. Bases loaded. Big spot here for Adam Folkert and the Hill United Chiefs. And this one.
Good play by McGovern to come up cleanly.
Yeah, but a 44.5 footer, and Josh McGovern saves a run potentially. Just one down in the inning. Bases loaded. And this one handcuffs McGovern. I'm not sure what he was thinking, but was not the pitch that he expected.
Yeah, just not on the same page yet. Josh got hit, so umpire Mike Morrissey kind of called time and make sure he's okay. He's the one protecting Morrissey right now.
Yeah, these two have got to get on the same page, because, and you see Adam put the arm around Josh, and I think Adam
screwed up.
Yeah, Adam threw something that was not called for pitch, or clearly it wasn't what Josh Morris or Josh McGovern was expecting. 1-1.
All even.
Just fouled down the left side. Blake Hunter turns on that inside pitch, and Nick Shale still 12 feet off the line, Joe. There's a lot of room there for Blake Hunter to go down the line. I'd be a little closer to the line. Yeah. This one to the screen. And no opportunity to advance. We talked about it all weekend. It's only 9 or 10 feet of space between the catcher and the screen, and it's been pretty spongy as it's thrown out some good bounces for the most part. It's got to kick somewhere before you get somebody can score. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this one is laced into the gap and gone! Grand slam home run, Blake Hunter. Masmu, Evans,
Blake Hunter.
Winters, and Hunter come around to score. And Joe, just that quick, we go from a tie ball game to an 8-4 lead for the New York Gremlins. Wow.
Big clutch hit by Blake Hunter.
And Joe, a familiar face emerges from the dugout. Wayne Laulu is all ready to go. Mike Morrissey's still waiting to change. Wayne looked back. Oh, got to wait for the umpire.
Yeah.
Now batting, number 29, Wayne Laulu.
Big cut comes up empty, Wayne Laulu. These two, a lot of encounters over the years. This one downstairs from Adam Folkert. 1 ball, 1 strike to the big man from Wellington, New Zealand.
Just 1 out.
Called strike in the outside corner. Joe, I don't know if there's a happier guy in fastball than Wayne Laulu.
Just so big, lovable, huggy bear.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Huggy Bear. I hope you didn't just give him a new nickname. One and two. Swings over the top. Adam took something off that drop ball. Wayne Laulu down on strike, second out of the inning. Matthew Waugh back to the top of the shop for the Gremlins. Blake Hunter, a big grand slam home run here late in the game, top of the 6th inning. Pushes the Gremlins out to now a 4-run lead. And a little bleeder foul, and Shale's got to come make sure that doesn't hit a stone or something and turn back on the positive side.
Real unfortunate incident, though. Michael Holbraddock getting a hit and putting Adam Folkart into that position. But a good clutch hit by Blake Hunter.
Sails by everybody to the screen. I flinched again. Upstairs to Waugh. Matty's been called out on strikes twice. And this is downstairs. 3-1 to the leadoff batter for the New York Gremlins. Longtime leadoff batter for the New York Gremlins. Almost a decade, I think he's been that leadoff spot. Ball 4. And Jerome Remeke to the dish.
The third baseman, number 6, Jerome Remeke.
Way back in the first, Jerome Remeke got things started for the Gremlins. An opposite shot, opposite field, line drive shot. And that one misses downstairs.
Good eye.
Little short arm swing there by Remeke.
Oh, off his foot. Good bounce by McGovern.
Well spotted by you. I didn't see it go off his foot,
Yeah.
so good job there. Matthew Waugh sent back to first base.
Good change.
Took something off. Folkert gets Remeke out on the front foot swinging. Strike 2. Evens the count. On the move, Waugh, here's the throw, but called strike 3 or swinging strike 3. That's the end of the inning, but the damage is done. Blake Hunter comes up and laces one out to the left center field gap. A grand slam home run for the New York Gremlins. They'll take an 8-4 lead. We'll head to the home half of the 6th. The Chiefs with some work to do over the next couple of innings to get back into this one.
The New York Gremlins.
Scott Patterson, Jonathan Lynch, Campbell Anoka. 6, 7, 8. Patterson back to the dish. If you remember, about half an hour ago, Alan Pecker was called out for leadoffs. That spectacular catch that Ben Anoka made, backpedaling through the fence, was all for naught. So Patterson back to the plate. And that's a dead ball off the foot of Patterson.
For the Hill United Chiefs, the right fielder number 99, Scott Patterson.
And Patterson waves at that good changeup from Pablo Migliavaca.
Very tempting.
Well, that pitch looks like it's there, and then it just dies at the plate. Down and in. And there's the change again on the inside corner. Ties up Scott Patterson. Down on strikes.
With one out, the batter will be the first baseman, number 23, Jonathan Lynch.
4th strikeout for Pablo Migliavaca since he's been in the game. Back in the 3rd inning.
Lynch looking to get on track. Caught looking and down swinging. Puts down a bunt, and that is just going to roll foul. Break there for the Gremlins, as Jonathan Lynch was 2 steps from the bag when Remeke picked that up.
Hilliard looking for that spark plug, something to get them going.
Well, you got to get a bunch of guys on base here right now. You really probably truly need to get a couple this inning to give yourself a fighting chance going into the 7th. That's laced to the gap. Lynch gets on board. Avery comes across, cuts that out very adeptly, and limits Lynch to a single.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 94.
Brian Avery, Joe,
Campbell
very
Anoka.
underrated for his outfield skills. He is a top-notch fielder out there.
He does a great job reading the ball off the bat, anticipating that play. Very good arm, too.
Campbell Anoka to the dish. A couple of ground outs on the afternoon. There's a called strike. One of the few times he's come up near the belt.
Tries to avoid that.
And successive pitches up above the belt from Migliavaca. You don't see that very often. That one off the dish. Jonathan Lynch out at first. 1 down on the inning, the 8th batter in the Chiefs order. That is a
Catcher interference, I believe.
Yeah, I think he hit the glove of Blake Hunter rather, coming through. I heard 2 ticks. So obstruction.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 44.
Puts a couple of
Peter
runners
Cavanaugh.
aboard, and this makes things interesting, doesn't it?
Certainly
So
does.
This is kind of what we needed from the Hill United Chiefs, if you're a Chiefs fan.
He'll bloop the bleep and the blast.
Well, even something into a gap. Talked about if you wanted to get a couple this inning, if you could. Peter Cavanaugh up, and that's fouled off. Bit of a lull here in the crowd, Joe. It is a little bit quiet at the moment, even from the Hill bench. This one is lifted straight up. Hunter calls for it. Boy, that literally went straight up the elevator shaft.
And that's a tough ball. He's looking up and directly almost into that sun.
Well, he picked it up right away. He called for it, and you could just read his eyes that he had a beat on it the whole way. Caught it in the left side batter's box. That's a big out for Migliavaca.
Huge.
2 down in the inning, back to the top of the shop. Brad Ezekiel, ever dangerous. And a ball off the plate and a grunt from Pablo Migliavaca. You know he wants to get through this, a little bit of a vindication for Pablo. Called strike. Bradley thought that was a little bit low.
As long as he's been there all game, I'm fine with it.
Two and one to Ezekiel. Shane Boland on deck, if it gets that far. Migliavaca wants a new set of signals. And time called. That misses downstairs. 3 and 1. Good hitter's count for Brad Ezekiel.
Migliavaca wanted that pitch.
High hopper in the infield. Shovel to third for the final out as they force Lynch over at third. Get out of that jam. That's a big inning to escape from for Pablo Migliavaca and the New York Gremlins. We'll go to the top of the 7th. In the home stretch, the Chiefs Challenge championship game. New York Gremlins out in front.
Dreamcatcher, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say as long as our people have a need, Dreamcatcher will be there for them.
To the 7th we go, Joe Todd. It is potentially the final inning of the Chiefs Challenge championship game. Ben Anoka for New York Gremlins, 3-4-5. Anoka, Ochoa, and Abry. It's the vowels. E, O, and A.
Vanna White.
You don't even have to buy one. There's a little slow roller up to first. Jonathan Lynch tuck that away for the first out of the inning.
With 1 out, the batter will be the first baseman, number 8, Eric Ochoa.
Eric Ochoa 2 for 3, home run, double, strikeout. called a strike. And I'll guarantee you one thing in this at bat, Joe. Eric Ochoa will not get cheated.
No. Kind of that revenge factor from that strikeout.
Well, that one down and in through the glove. It's been a long weekend for Josh McGovern. It is warm out there on that field today. Josh, at the end of the warm-up tosses, just came back and stood in the shade for 15 seconds just to get a little bit of relief. Swings through, kind of half-hearted swing, so maybe he's going to prove me wrong, Joe. That wasn't the Eric Ochoa swing that we're used to.
Great changeup by Folkart.
Seen that a lot more from Adam, as he's worked on that pitch over the years. Just at the top of the zone. Two and two. Chewy, Eric Ochoa at the plate. Set up outside. Hard swing. Adam Folkart reflexively throws out the glove and makes a great play.
Great eye-hand coordination there.
With 2 outs.
That is
Batter
something.
will be the right fielder, number 33, Brian Avery.
So 2 down, Avery to the plate. And pumps the rise ball up over the zone and out of the glove. Fortunately for Josh, it rolled right back to him. Didn't have to go look for it. Curveball just off the outside corner. McGovern's going to hold it there to let Mike Morrissey have a good look at it. Yeah, that one skips in. McGovern is going to need an ice bath when this is all done with.
Taking a beating.
And that one, ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Brian Avery.
With 2 outs, the
Bring up
batter will
Cole
be the
Evans.
shortstop, number 41, Cole Evans.
1 for 3, been on base twice. Five straight balls.
Yes.
None
Got
of
to
them really,
get out of that rut.
Yeah, none of them even really close. There's a strike, a little curve in the outside corner. And a little bender down on the inside half from Adam. That's a tough pitch, boys. Nothing much you can do with that when you're a right-handed batter.
That nice inside drop. It's just a beautiful pitch.
This one skips in, and up to second base goes Brian Avery. Gets another piece of Josh McGovern.
This is one of those games that McGovern's saying, why did I ever want to catch?
Well, I was just thinking, you know, makes me glad that I got out of catching.
Good pitch location.
Well, struggling with his control, though, this inning. Thrown a lot of pitches, and the 2 strikes that he's got were borderline. That one right down the middle, fouled into the glove. Josh McGovern snaps it down to Nick Shales. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Hill United need 4 to tie. Gremlins Need 3
For
outs
the Gremlins
to
in
win.
the top of the 7th, no runs, no hits, and 1 left on base.
To the bottom of the 7th we go, and they're going to have to go through the heart of the Hill United Chiefs order. Shane Boland, Nick Shales, Josh McGovern, Alan Hecker if it gets that far. 2, 3, 4. Got to get some guys on. Got to get them over. Got to get them in. Can't waste any outs. Swinging away.
Somebody needs to be the spark plug for Hill United.
Shane Boland fouls off that first pitch from Pablo Migliavaca. Joe, we talked throughout Pablo's tenure here, the history that he's got with this team. You think there's definitely some motivation for him to try and wrap this one up?
Certainly, that revenge factor settling in. Especially the first time they meet each other in the year. Great
Called
change up.
strike, yeah, change, and had a nice rotation to it and just spun off the plate as it grabbed the front corner on the way by. And takes a little bit more off of it, down in the zone. It dips when it gets to the plate. Boland waves over the top. Nothing he can do with that pitch. Good sequence there by Pablo Migliavaca and Blake Hunter. Nick Shales to the dish. And pours in a strike in the inside corner. That's good location.
Perfect.
And upstairs, well up and out of the zone. Just under-rotated or over-rotated, I guess. Yeah. Got under it too much, trying to throw the rise ball. Drop is downstairs. 2-1 to Shales. 1 down here, bottom of the 7th inning. Hill United chasing 4. Stay with us at the conclusion of the game, as there's a good-looking changeup from Pablo Migliavaca. At the conclusion of the game, whenever that is, we'll bring you the brief closing ceremonies. They're going to honor the MVP, top pitcher, and I think top hitter, along with the team trophy presentation. Hunter will go out and have a chat with Migliavaca. 2-2. Get reset. Shales lifts this one up to center. Ben Anoka will take a couple of steps to his left and haul that in for the second out. And the Gremlins, an out away from repeating as the Chiefs Challenge champions.
The batter will be the catcher, number 21, Josh McGovern.
Josh McGovern will try to keep this game going for Hill United Chiefs. 5-0 coming into this one, Joe. The Gremlins were 4-1. Gremlins were the 3 seed coming into the playoffs on the basis of that loss they had on opening Friday to the Bear Creek Express. But they avenged that in the semifinal. The Chiefs with a couple of statement wins over the Niagara Stompers.
Certainly will have something to do with the rankings.
Downstairs from Migliavaca. I got to think you might see a bit of a change. Might see Hill United creep up a spot or two. There's a strike. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the rankings are. It matters what you do in the field. Kitchener Twins certainly proved that last year.
Yes.
Ranked number 1, somewhat controversially, some would say. This one by McGovern, punched out to the gap, off the fence, and that's going to be a long, loud single as Josh McGovern stays hot.
Real power there by McGovern, driving that ball the other way.
The batter is the left fielder, number 59, Alan Pecker.
Josh McGovern will give way to Nick Shales. He'll emerge from the dugout. The 2-out catcher replacement rule still in effect here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Shales, the last available batter, the second out. Usually works out that way, not always. Pecker, opportunity to keep this game alive for the Chiefs. Ball 1. These two, I'm sure, see each other all the time in Paraná in their summer in the season down in Argentina. And in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on the 5 batter for the Chiefs. Hit by pitch. I'm still giving that a base hit in the 3rd and walked in the 5th. Chases upstairs and fouls it off. You get a live look at the main diamond here at Lions Park from the Softball Premier TV drone. Alan Pecker, that left side batter's box. That misses on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Bottom of the 7th. Need some 2-out magic if you're a Chiefs fan.
Yes, we do.
2 hopper into the glove of Eric Ochoa. He'll step on first base. New York Gremlins are your Chiefs Challenge champions. They'll repeat here in 2023. Pablo Migliavaca picks up, I'm sure, a very satisfying win. Blake Hunter, a big grand slam in the 6th for the deciding runs. Joe, a real exciting ball game for early in the season, and I am sure there's going to be more to come. Not only from the Gremlins and the Chiefs, from the Bear Creek Express, from the Niagara Stompers, from the Toronto Batmen, Circle Top Dukes, and more. AWP, J&B. Can't wait to get all of these teams together in August, but we got a lot of ball between now and then.
Great performance this afternoon by New York Gremlins. 8 runs on 10 hits. 4 of those 10 hits were extra base hits. So great job.
Joe, I'm going to let you handle the closing ceremonies. I'm going to head out to the field and try to get some photos to complement the social media posts.
Okay, thank you.
For everybody that was with us this weekend, thank you for joining us on Softball Premier TV, ISC Canada East. Pleasure being with you over the course of the weekend for the 2023 Hill United Chiefs Challenge. Peter Labardius, Luciano Lafrano, Carol Dureste, Joe, as always, pleasure, my man.
Thank you.
And I'll catch up to you when all this is done.
Okay.
Again this year. If I could get Jeff Boyd, or someone out here to simple minor ball, the New York Gremlins have graciously said they are going to donate $500 of their winnings back to simple minor ball.
Donate $500 back to the Simcoe Minor Ball program from their winnings this afternoon.
Ed Otterman and his umpiring crew that he put together, I think they did a great job this weekend. Thanks, Ed.
Herb Fairman, the tournament convener, now on the diamond.
Volunteers
Have the two teams lining up on the lines.
Scorekeeping for me. Thank you very much, and I'll be happy again next year. Okay.
Simcoe Minor Ball and Nick and Varmatosian getting together for the presentation of the part of the proceeds from the winning purse.
While they're out here,
Thank you to Greg Leather and Varmatosian for that.
Thanks for keeping the Diamonds in great shape and running the gate for the whole weekend. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it very much. Now to the awards. Would have someone from the Gremlins please accept the winning trophy here from Mr. Jimmy Toda, one of our sponsors.
Greg Leather coming together for the awards presentation for the championship trophy. That's a keeper trophy that's being awarded. Back-to-back years for the Gremlins. This is the one they'll be taking home.
Thanks, guys, for coming back. We appreciate it very much. Now to some individual awards.
Individual awards now being handed out.
Top pitcher of the tournament. This gentleman threw 15 innings, give up only 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts, and an ERA of 1.40 from the New York Gremlins, Mr. Jack Besgrave.
The top pitcher award being handed out to Jack Besgrove, the new player for the New York Gremlins. His first year over with the ISC program. His first trip over. Congratulations to Jack. One of many awards he will be getting.
Of the tournament. I don't know
the top batter now being awarded.
The Bear Creek Express, but Mr. Tyler Pauly. He was
the
13 at bats.
Tyler Pauly from the Bear Creek Express being awarded the top hitter award. Not sure if Tyler's still with us or not.
Tyler Pauly or anyone from the Bear Creek Express. If not, we'll make sure he gets it.
Tyler Pauly had a great weekend. Varmatosian stepping in for Tyler Pauly.
Now to the most valuable player of the tournament.
The most valuable player now.
Had 5 RBIs. This is all in the round robin. None of the playoff series were used on any of these individual awards. He had 5 RBIs, a couple of key home runs, only 1 strikeout, and a heck of a team leader from the Hill United, Mr. Nick Shales.
Nick Shales being awarded the MVP award. Had a great tournament. All the stats calculated for these awards were from the pool play, not from any of the playoff games. Nick had a great pool play series. Nick being presented with the award.
And I think that's all we have, guys.
And that concludes the opening ceremony, or the closing ceremonies, actually. Thank you very much for staying with us and for the Hill United Challenge. Congratulations to the New York Gremlins as the winners of the Hill United Challenge. On behalf of Blair Setford, I'm Joe Todd. Thank you to Peter Labardius and the Softball Premier TV crew, Luciano Lafrano, Carol Doreste. Thank you very much for being with us, and we'll see you on the ball field in the next tournament. Thank you.
For the latest in softball innovation, the website where you can experience the best tournaments in the Americas. Live games, news, tournaments, and much, much more. The best quality live softball, on demand so you can watch when you want. Become a Premier member now. SoftballPremierTV.com.